Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Wildlife World. And yeah, we are just kind of humming along in our in the Asian area of our zoo, which is called Heart of Asia. But this time lapse is, if I can talk, this time lapse is focused on sort of a main street area, I guess you will, in our Asian area of the zoo. And so I wanted to do like sort of a mix between like facade buildings, kind of non-functional buildings, and actual functional buildings for the guests to use. So you can see I have a restroom block there, and then we're gonna have two shops in here. There's gonna be a Looney Balloons, because you gotta have those souvenirs, and then there's gonna be a Mansour frites. I can't speak French, so I totally butcher that, but it's French fries. And so I wanted to do like sort of a mix between like I guess sort of the East Asian theme and the Indian theme. And so that's kind of like, that was sort of my starting point with these facades. But you'll see a mix of other themes in there as well, because it's the one of the great things about Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster before it is like, you get the most out of the game, at least when you're doing designing and theming like this. You get the most out of the game when you mix different themes. So, if there was one thing I could say if you're watching this and wanting to do something like this for yourself is, don't be afraid to mix the different themes. Like, yeah, this is an Asian area of the zoo, but as far as like details and stuff in these buildings, we have some like African, there's some classic New World theme in there mixed in as well. It's don't be afraid to mix it up. But when I got done with these buildings, I was kind of looking at them, and I was not really too happy with them, to be honest. And so I actually went back after I recorded this time lapse, and I apologize because I didn't record it, but I went through and I actually updated it quite a bit from what you see here. Most notably is actually that big Asian stone wood building on the left there. I actually completely removed that and designed a different building. Kept the fries, because we wanted to have something that the guests can actually purchase and do and everything. But once I did that, because I wasn't super happy with it and I couldn't really figure out what it was, and then after looking at it for a while, I kind of realized, yeah, it's this Asian building I did. I wasn't too happy with it, so I removed it, did something else, and I'm way happier with the results now. So hopefully you guys agree, which you'll see when we get into the real-time gameplay, the update there. But yeah, so just going with like, adding all kinds of details, we're trying to make this a not only highly detailed, but realistic zoo. So I want it to be something that you think, you could see in real life. And, I know zoos always aren't like the most themed, as they are, as like theme parks are. So like you'd see in, Planet Coaster. But I'm taking that, a lot of zoos are, but not all of them are. And so I'm taking mostly the inspiration from Planet Coaster and just going way over the top with the details, making it look super good. And, hopefully you guys agree with that and you think it's looking good too. So like this little spot here was sort of like a awkward little area in between the path there. So I actually decided to make like a little bell tower, like a little Asian bell tower, because there's actually a really cool bell scenery piece in there, which is right there. And I was like, hey, let's do like a little, I don't know, just like a simple little bell tower. And then we fill out the ground around it with different plants and flowers, and just try to make that all like come together real nice. And I did leave the bell tower, even though I changed which building it was in front of. I did leave the bell tower because I was happy with that, like right from the get-go. I was like, hey, that's that's actually pretty cool there. But yeah, so there you go. You can see just kind of placing some plants, a little bit of flowers around the border, around the edge there, just making it look nice and pretty and all that stuff. You're a guest, you walk by, smells really good. You get, you know, the smell. Well, you get the smell of the French fries, but then you get the nice little floral smell and the flowers and everything too. Yeah, and then this building here is a little bit more, it matches more of the tiger temple habitat that's sort of across the pathway there. And that was intentional. I wanted to kind of bring the theme from that habitat over into, you know, more of the guest area. So kind of went with the same little, it's not really meant to be a temple. It's just structurally the same, using the same block pieces. Using like all these little individual block pieces, I think really helps kind of bring the theme together and makes it sort of, I don't want to say it's like a hodgepodge, but it just, it gives that, I don't know, it just brings the whole look together in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the real-time gameplay. Okay, and here we are. So now you can see what I was talking about earlier, where I completely removed that Asian looking building and I added this one instead, which I'm like way happier with it. It's a little bit more of a hodgepodge of themes than the other building was, but I think it turned out really cool. I like that. I don't know how to describe the reason I like it. It's just a good like mix of scenery pieces, and I really like how the path kind of offshoots this way and it offshoots this way as well. I was kind of wondering if I should actually change the path type back here to match the main one. I wanted it to be different, like that was intentional, so it intentionally looked like it was just like a little different, like just a little offshoot of the main path. Let's just see what it looks like if we, like, does it look better if it matches it? I guess it kind of makes it makes the path look like it flows a little bit more, like it's a little bit more natural. Like this middle section, like the whole thing was designed to work this way. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep it like this for now, and I'll see how it is. Oh, we got a lot of animal notifications. Low welfare with my snakes. Okay, so got that cleaned up with the snakes there. But yeah, so this is the building that I replaced the Asian building one, and then I also put in this little fake building, this little facade here. It's just stoneware. It's got some pots on the outside, you know, kind of trying to make it look like a little just shop. If you've been to theme parks, they have all those kind of like fake buildings there. And then this one is a facade as well. It's called Fabrics. So you can get your rugs, or you can get different fabrics here, but you know, then they have some fruit. If you're hungry, you need a little snack. We have a little alleyway back here, which goes back to the restrooms. And then this is the building I designed to sort of match the tiger temple. And I think this turned out really cool as well. Got some nice windows, got the really cool elephant sculpture, carved sculpture. It's like wood, but it looks so cool, right? Looks so good. And we have like another little patio up here. We have a little parking over here. The Fibo. And then, yeah, that's what we did. You can see over here, so this is the Asian building. I do like it. I actually like it better by itself than with that other group of buildings. So we'll probably, since we still have quite a bit to do in the Asian area, I may put this as just a separate building by itself somewhere. So I did pull it out and make it into a blueprint so I can use it later on. Oh man, people are liking our gharial habitat, which I have to say looks really cool. I do agree, it's nice looking. And then one other thing I did, going on here? Oh, we got some fighting. I'm gonna release you to the wild. This is our male, alpha male, which is this guy probably. Yeah, Wakefield. Should probably. I feel like I do this every video. Because these guys have so many babies. There's always a male that matures, and then these guys are getting stressed out. They'll be fine. They'll make their way back. Probably because there's so many people right here. They'll be fine though. Once they get back under into their little shelter, they'll be fine. But I wanted to show you how it looks at night, because it looks really good at night too. So I always make sure to try and pay attention to the lighting, just like I did in Planet Coaster. And it's minimal lighting, except for the places where the guests can actually go to. So like the Fry's is really lit up in front of it, and then the Looney Balloons is really lit up in front of it. The facades are a little bit more dimly lit, and then the little alley heading back into the restrooms is also a little bit more dimly lit. I do need to add some lighting on the paths over here, especially on this side because it's like pretty dark right now. This is in the last video, if you watched it, our new Bornean orangutan habitat, which people are liking. Of course, it obviously still needs quite a bit of updating as well. So, but our orangutans seem to be doing well. People are liking looking down on. Of course, the path still needs themed. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked because I don't want to make the video too long, but I wanted to give you guys this quick update here on this little Main Street area, which I think is looking really good, especially as we start to look at the zoo from a whole. It just really starts to bring everything together. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys liked this little video. I know it was more building and less, doing stuff with the animals and habitats, but we're gonna have that as we're expanding our zoo. So as always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.